everybody, welcome to the channel. We're back in the shop. Today we're taking another look at the Stihl 031 AV we've been working on. In the last couple videos, we got it running and we were trying to adjust the carburetor to get it running smoothly. And in the midst of having to keep restarting it, we broke the coil inside here. So we've got a new starter rewind spring, because that's what we broke, starter rewind spring. We got a new one of those and this gasket that's supposed to go in there. So today I'm going to bring you guys in close. We're kind of going to go through that and replace that part. So honestly, if you have an old saw like this video will probably help you replace the these parts, that spring and these parts. So saw has been pretty fun to work on. Honestly, I do enjoy doing this stuff. So this is going to be a little series on this saw. Now I might have a couple more older ones that we're going to see what we can do with. I've got an old 032 AV we might pull out. I haven't ran it in a few years, so we might have to clean it up, get it fired up, maybe make some cuts. I've got an old Echo as well, just a small little Echo saw. That thing is pretty neat. I haven't had that running ever. Someone gave it to me, so we might work on that too in these sort of restoration videos over time. Now, like I said, we're going to get going on this, so I'm going to bring you guys in close. We're going to start pulling some parts off and see if we can get this thing running and maybe even fiddle with that carburetor today, see if we can't get this fixed and running smooth. So stick around, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, guys, and let's get started. All right, guys, like I said, plan is to bring you in nice and close. Hopefully you're still here. I still love this. Love this look for Stihl. First things first, flathead screwdriver. Got two screws that take this out. This is a little bit nicer, honestly, at least to this point, to remove the coil compared to like some of the newer saws. I don't know. I kind of like this older setup a little bit better. I've had to do that rewind spring on some newer saws, like the 70. I think I'd had to do it on my 170 before, one of my first one that I had. And that was a little bit of a pain in the butt. We'll see how this goes, though. This should be a thrill. Pop this off. All right. Now we're mostly going to have to focus on this piece. So move this up out of the way. Hopefully I can keep you guys in a good angle. Now there's a gasket, which was shredded. We got this gasket. I'm not sure if that's what we paid for it or not. I gave my buddy links. He ordered everything up, just shipped it to me so I can, you know, do the work. But here's our rewind spring. So these things are found on eBay. If I can find these parts on Amazon, you guys can go down below and I'll have Amazon links to this stuff, okay? I usually try to do that. Now, how do I know this broke? Obviously, this won't go back in. But in one of the videos, we played around and it went right in fine, right? Well, I know it broke. One, there's a broken end right here. And the metal piece of that spring came up in here and twisted around, and last time I pulled this out to look, that piece just fell right out. So I know that spring had snapped right off. Now I've never pulled one of these apart before, so this should be fun. I'm just going to take my time and we'll do it together. So if you want to work on one of these, you know, hopefully it'll give you the confidence to do it, or it'll definitely clarify the fact that you shouldn't do it. All right, so typical, we got a snap ring in there. A little flathead screwdriver here. See if we can't pop this out. Keeping parts aside. Thinking, yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's going to just come right up. So here's this spring. Okay, and that piece fell right out. So this spring looks pretty much just jacked, because there should be an end right here that wraps up and around. And honestly, I think it fell on the floor when I tipped it upside down working on it in one of the last videos. Yeah, so that little piece is gone. Just checking the box here to see if I set it aside. But so now when you pull this out, this thing might wing, go everywhere. Just kind of be prepared for that. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. Okay. Now remember what way it went in though. Okay. See it? So when I'm looking at this, This will actually have to be flipped over on its back and put in face down. I'm going to take this guy, actually what I should have done, because I really don't want this coil just whipping all over the place. We are going to pull out this gasket. Luckily it came in this bag. Let's see if we can just put this busted recoil spring back in here. Just enough, hopefully, to kind of keep it contained, you know? Follows shape, so as you can see, it's got to go on like that. But let's see here, we got a lot of junk in here. So I'm going to go off screen just for a second, hit this with my compressed air. And clean it up. Just taking a little brush here real quick. This is just a brass brush. It's cold out here in the shop. I don't have running water or wash bins, so I'm not doing all that. But I'm going to wipe things down at least. Do our best here to kind of clean things up a little bit. All right. Let's take a look here. The next piece. Now this is also a good time to replace the rope. I don't have any extra rope. This one doesn't actually look to be frayed or in horrible shape, so we're going to just keep running it. But I want to brush this side down. It's like an oil and sawdust mix here, just like a bunch of gunk, so. Hold the center of this bad boy. It's nice they got a little thing on there, but I'm not sure if it's gonna, not sure if that's gonna be in our way when we try to put it in place or not. You know, we're gonna find out here right quick, I guess. Let's see. All right, so when you got your coil on here, you want to be able to hold this up, coil in your hand, right? Look at where the rope is. You got this big loop. The big loop needs to go in here, around and over, I do believe. Okay, so that's going to make a difference on how this is placed down here on this little ledge or not. Hopefully I've got this on the correct side here, and well, we're going to find out, aren't we? So what I would like to try and do here, not 100% sure how well this is going to work, but I really want to try to push this down inside while holding everything in place. Again, not 100% sure how this is going to go. So the spring is free because that little piece of trying to think and talk. That doesn't work, right? A little piece of wire just came off. Trying to get this to pop in here, but man, it does not want to go. Well, that sucks. Whole thing's gonna be a mess in a hot minute. I hate doing these. So we screwed up, which is tons of fun to deal with. All right, so I'm just off camera wrapping this around carefully. You've got to pinch the snot out of this coil. This is not an easy job. These never go smooth for me. I'm sure there's a great little trick and tip. I've seen one before with a using what the heck was it? A zip tie and a screw gun. I really hope I don't have to go through all of that, which I've done, which really sucks because you got to try to get everything tight, which it is when it comes with it. But if you do what I did and you screw up and you don't get it in there right, well, guess what? You didn't get it in there right. Now you get to mess around with it. See? Then it doesn't fit. Oh, what a jerk. See, because it needs to be small like that. The problem is being able to wrap it. But right now, we're going to try this until we just get so frustrated we can't take it anymore. Oh, yeah. All right, we're in. We're in. Okay. Woohoo. Okay. Now, this, I feel like it should be in there, but boy, trying to get that in there is a little tricky. We're going to leave it where it is for now and see how everything works here. Let's pop this in here. I think this is going to help keep sawdust off that coil for us. Take this, put this in carefully. See if we can get it to latch on that spring as we twist. And it does. So that's pretty nice. Before we get too crazy here, let's grab our snap ring. We need to put that back on up here. Now, that whole spring thing, guys, I just kind of got lucky. That is seriously a very, very frustrating part of trying to do these. One little mistake makes this a real pain in the butt, okay? So just keep that in mind. Like, it's not... it's not always super easy. It's really not. All right, now it's trying to just remember which way to wind this baby up and how many spins. I think it's like 4 complete spins maybe, or 5. We're gonna figure it out here though. Or half spins. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to unhold this because we left the rope on. We have to uncoil the rope while we let this stay coiled up, which can be tricky. If you do not have good hand strength, thumb strength, you're probably going to get really frustrated trying to do this job. Just keep that in mind. So now I'm going to let this go slowly in my hand and see if we get the whole rope wound in. If not, we're going to have to do it again. We did not. So let's unwind our rope here again. See if I can try to do it without it. Right, we're trying not to mess up this little cover underneath here. So So let's see, can we put a screw in here maybe to help hold our little gasket in place? Put our 2 screws in, right? Let's see if this will work. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I get a lot of twists in the ropes, so I'm holding this with my thumb very, very tight. I'm working on these knots and twists in the rope right here. So what I want to try to do is work this back out that handle, out that hole there. Straighten out our cord, get the twists out. See if we can just let this slowly wind itself up. Alright, we're in. Looks like everything's in place. Take our screws out that I put in to hold things, right? They're just holding that little gasket. Let's put this guy in place. Sometimes you gotta give it just a couple little tugs so everything seats down in, because you got those teeth in there and stuff, and everything needs to just seat down in place just right. So that's why I tug on the rope while I hold it just a little, applying just a little bit of pressure here while I tug. I think, is this going? Yep. All right. So we got that assembly back together. Let's, I'm going to turn everything on, choke it. There's already gas in it. Let's just see how we can do about just firing it up right here. And our coil works. Now, we're not going to tinker with it in here. We're going to go outside. I'm going to set you guys up and we're going to start playing around with just adjusting that carburetor just a little bit. See if we can get this thing to idle and stay running. So don't go anywhere. Give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you guys made it this far, and let's go outside.
Alright guys, we're outside here. We're doing a little screwdriver for adjusting our highs and lows. I was already adjusting them the other day, so I'm just going to leave them where they are and just kind of start from there, and we'll see how it goes. Let's turn that choke down to about half.
See, we're playing around with that carb quite a bit before we could get this thing started up and running. Like I said, I'm not a professional mechanic, guys. Just playing around here, alright? Well, some people won't like that answer, but it's the truth. What I want to do next is put the bar and chain on so that we've got the same sort of force that the saw is going to have for adjusting the choke, so we can see if this will help slow down, and we can see if things are idling a little bit better when we make our adjustments, because really we don't run the saw with a bar and chain off of it. Kind of wanted to just get it running and somewhat idling decent before I put this on, because again, there's no chain brake, so really messing around trying to get it started and stuff, I'm just not a huge fan, because there's no chain brake. Now, some people, you know, might agree, not agree. I'm sure guys that have been running saws and are super comfortable way more than me will, you know, disagree with me, and whatever, it's fine. I don't really care. But I don't like that this has no chain brake. Well, looks like that chain caught me a little bit. Got a little bleeding going on there. That's fun. All right. Something got me. It's not a good video until we got a little blood going, right? Let's see here. We gotta adjust this chain. All right, let's go outside and see if we can make some more adjustments here. That one's a lot better. That is for sure. Let's see if she'll start right back up to the same thing. Booyah. So after pulling until my shoulder literally fell off, it's still out there on the ground, we got the 031 AV running and idling pretty good, I'd say. Just took me a bit to get the idler and the high and low screws set, so this would just, you know, idle and not have that chain continually spinning. But man, once it got set, the throttle response is there, and this thing runs pretty darn nice. You know, like I said, right now we are running gas mixture of 32:1. I was looking it up. It actually says you can run this saw 40:1. So that's if you're running Stihl oil in the gas. It says if you're running a cheaper brand to run it 25:1. I'm actually running Stihl synthetic because that's just what I have mixed for all my other saws. So this is getting Stihl oil and gas mix of 32:1. It's the synthetic oil just because that's just what I got. And I think it's running all right. Once we got it dialed in, it stopped smoking as bad. Obviously, you know, carburetor needed to be adjusted and things. But the next video, going to go ahead and sharpen this chain and carefully make a couple cuts. Now, I just sent the owner a message and said, hey, I found a guard for this, which I did. Just found a hand guard on eBay, so hopefully he'll want to spring on that. We'll order that guard up. This style, I only found one guard available. The rest bolt up here, but this actually bolts on top and comes out. Now, I've seen this saw in two different styles. One, this is cast right in there where it says Stihl 031 AV. It's cast right into the cover. The other ones are a plate that's riveted on. So I'm thinking this might be a little bit older. The other ones, the handguard mounts here. with some bolts right next to the handle, and the one that I found mounts flat on the top. That's the style we have here. So hopefully we'll be able to get that, as I can only find one available. Now that's not a chain brake, so it's a little sketchy. I'm going to see what he wants to do. If we can get that guard in, then I'm going to wait, but we'll get it sharp and ready, and we'll make some cuts. If we're not going to do the guard, hey, we'll make the cuts anyway, and we will just be extra cautious. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up already, you should do that. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the saw in the video. And be sure to hit subscribe, hit that bell, hit all, and turn on those YouTube notifications. All right, guys? Because who knows? That next video, maybe we'll chop one of my legs off with this crazy saw. And, you know, I'll be a one-legged chainsaw carver going forward. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out some videos popping up. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.